This week, one-star brackets, beers, moments, Rex of the week. Let's go.
The madness is here, DK. It's truly one of the best times of the year, and there's no better place for NCAA gear than our partner, Homage.com. I'm talking University of Iowa tees, Houston Cougars gear, apparel from the 31-1 Miami of Ohio Redhawks. It's all available on Homage.com. Be sure to click the link in our show notes to help support your favorite podcast, One Star Recruits.
Yo, aloha. Welcome to the One Star Recruits podcast. Checking in at 188 from the Closet Studios, Northwest Portland. March is upon us. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Rip. One of your favorite holidays. This little week, the March Madness St. Patty's Day mashup when it happens like Tuesday, Patty's Day, and then obviously Thursday and Friday, which should just be national holidays. It's like Super Bowl equivalent. They're great days. That's basketball, a.k.a. Mom. That's basketball from the morning you wake up if you're on the West Coast. Pretty early even on the damn East Coast, to be honest with you. Games until you're going to bed at 9:30 at night, maybe 10. It's a good-ass week coming up, Rip. Exciting times all around. Happy St. Patty's Day to you. Everybody knows you love beers. How many beers you doing? He's a big beer guy.
I got a little league practice, 4 o'clock. It's supposed to be 95 degrees here in Long Beach. If I get a chance, man, I'll crack maybe a Pacifico and put 2 drops of green dye in it. But I'm 40. I'm a man, DK. I don't know how much I can do anymore. I can't celebrate St. Patrick's Day like I used to.
Shouldn't practice be canceled? Isn't this a bigger holiday? People don't care anymore. When we were younger, people care more about St. Patty's Day? I was getting pinched all over town. Heavy pinching was happening when I was coming of age. I feel like it's probably just a celebration for alcoholics and people in their 20s, come to think of it. I was in my 20s when I enjoyed it. No, 0% chance you could catch me in a bar. I might pop in for just one quick chug, and I won't even get a beer. I'll probably get a cider. Some truth for you. Come home and have a handful of Frank's Red Hots.
It's the day when the Irish bars open at 6 a.m. Actually, Poor Richards in Long Beach, shout out, 365 days a year. 365 opens at 6 a.m. Not even an Irish bar. I know they got a lot of stuff going on for St. Patty's Day, but really it brings me back to a time in my 20s, DK, and you were involved in a couple of these when I think for a period of 6 consecutive years, I blocked out the week and I was always in Vegas for that opening Thursday in March Madness, posted up at the sports book with my $200 budget for basketball bets, $1 hot dogs, $1 Miller Lights at the Las Vegas Hilton. Times have changed, DK, but you still, I think every 4 or 5 years, get that kind of sports equinox where the first day of the tournament actually falls on St. Patrick's Day, that Thursday. Not happening this year, obviously, but that's a dream come true for someone in their 20s.
Yeah, the dually. Yeah, that's a good one. It's a good reminder. When did you throw in the towel and hang it in the rafters? Because that's your favorite trip. That's really was your favorite trip. I know now you really enjoy going to Laughlin and eating carp and doing the whole routine in Laughlin. When did you know, though, that it's time to retire that? Because that is, right, Rip? That's your favorite trip right there.
First off, I'll have some breaking news about Laughlin later in the show. So just a little tease for our hardcore listeners that really are interested in that sort of thing. But I think I threw in the towel, DK, when just kind of people started getting married. I remember a trip with former one-star co-host Mark Stanga in Vegas for that March Madness weekend. You were there.
The big Vegas trip. Guy. Yep.
Amazing weekend. But I think, yeah, it just kind of all fell apart when people started getting married and started procreating and getting to bed at 7 p.m.
You didn't fight through. Yeah, some humans fight through. Some people, Vegas human beings, you know who you are. You're listening, you know you're going to keep going no matter what. They're taking their kids, Rip. Taking their kids to the I can't even name any cool places for kids anymore in Las Vegas. I don't even think they exist. But dude, it was a good run. March Madness is really great. Everybody getting prepared for this week. It's a non-work week. It's really one of those things. People buy into it. I'm into it. Just settle on in Thursday, Friday. Enjoy the ride. Couple one-star bumps, Rip. Early in the tournament, Darius Acuff Jr., he's been the toast of the town, talk of the tournament. Every time my timeline's filled when I pop it on in the evenings, D. Acuff Jr., all over the place. And it makes my heart smile. It makes me really happy. Why? This time last year, when maybe like 2% of ball knowers even knew this kid, when he was in high school, Rip, he's on the one-star recruits with us. I think it was March 19th, 2025. So almost a year ago this week. This guy's on our pod. Listen back, it's a great episode. You want to know why he's now getting this love and this point guard that all teams need all of a sudden? Oh, he's the next Allen Iverson. He's Kemba Walker. He's Derrick Rose. He's the reincarnation of all these point guards because now everybody's been drafting length. There's no small point guards who actually control the floor. Chris Paul's retired. And now there's Darius Acuff Jr. flowing everywhere. People are saying these things. I'm not saying it anymore. Rip's not saying it. Listen back to the episode, Rip. Rip asked him about Rashad Phillips, his uncle, 5'9" point guard. Maize and blue killer. It's why I'm going Michigan this year in my bracket, by the way. Filled my heart. His pops, Rip asked him about it. Go back in the episode. Darius Sr., point guard. He comes from a whole family. It's a lineage. I think they used to call Rashad. I could be wrong, Rip, but they used to call him Little Iverson. Some people say Darius plays like Iverson. So my heart's been smiling that we had him early, and now he's shining when the lights are the brightest. Playing really unbelievable basketball. He's averaging 30, 10 and 5, 10 and 8 every game, but he's controlling pace now. The Mavericks, imagine. The Dallas Mavericks would be a completely different team with him. Slide Kyrie over to shooting guard. Let's shoot that ball in his older age. A real point guard. The Suns, imagine him with Book. So happy, man. I hope you feel the same way. You should. We had him early, but he really played into a guy that we knew. We got off that episode, Rip. We got off. We're like, damn, those are good guys. It was him and Malik Thomas, two guys we had. You feel the same way?
For sure, and really, if Arkansas, I'll reveal my final four later in this episode as well when we kind of dig into the bracket a little bit. But if you think about just a footnote in history to the current Arkansas team and coach, I mean, you can't talk about where they're at today without mentioning the one-star recruits and stuff. We had something to do with obviously Eric Musselman getting fired, with our interview with Hunter Yurachek that went viral. The next day, they hired John Calipari. Then we get Acuff and Malik Thomas both on the pod, I believe, in back-to-back weeks. And now they're sitting here as lottery picks, both of them, in next year's draft. DK, and I can't help but root for the Razorbacks just because I know if they win the title, and there's history books written about it, the one-star recruits are going to be in there. But the other thing, DK, is I haven't been as excited for the NCAA tournament in so long, not only because of Arkansas, DK, but Robbie Avila, Steph Blurry, coined on this podcast with that nickname, taking St. Louis to a 28-5 record. They're a 9 seed, DK. They could make a run as well.
That'd be cool. Tough go to get there. That'd be cool. Our guy, Jerry McNamara, we talked about him last week at Siena. Check it back. It was episode about the same time. Got him early when he first got that job. They got a tough Duke team in name, an injured Duke team that's beatable. All the juice is flying over to Siena side and one-star Jerry McNamara. So pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool stuff going on. Speaking of ball in Portland, they're coming here. The squad you just talked about. You just laid out that will bring you back to being a fan of college basketball, Rip, coming to Portland. We got Arkansas taking on the Hawaii Rainbows. If you remember my rant 2 weeks ago, I talked about keep your eyes on 3 teams, Rip. I said Hawaii Rainbows. Keep an eye open. Here they are. I talked about UC Irvine, who they played to get here. Great team. Wonderful season. Too bad they couldn't make it, but I'm happy to see the Rainbow Warriors here coming to Portland. And I spoke of Portland State, who took a tough L in the tournament, unfortunately. That was unfortunate. They should have won that tournament and been here. So I spoke a little too soon on Portland State. I may have spoke that out of existence. However, Rip, that head coach, by the way, of Portland State might be the next guy to fill the Sun Devils job. He's from Arizona. Winston, get some info on him for Rip. He's an ASU guy, Rip. He's a ball boy at Arizona State. I think he played high school ball at in Arizona as well. So keep your eyes open. If you saw DK saw that one coming first, like Darius Acuff Jr., put that on your list because that's still an open job. Bobby Hurley, thank you for your service, even though you didn't really do shit. It was fun, I guess. It was like dating a hot chick for a little bit in Tempe. Thank you, Bobby. That was fun while it lasted. He's probably going to get that St. Bonaventure job with Woj, by the way, is my guess, Mr. Hurley. Who do you want as your next head coach at Arizona State, Rip, before I talk about this wonderful Arkansas Razorbacks versus Hawaii Rainbows matchup in Portland?
DK, I'm going with my guy, Jared Calhoun, who is the Utah State head coach. Nobody knows who this is, but Utah State has kind of become a feeder system for head coaches, a stepping stone. He's brought the Aggies up the last 2 seasons. They're 51-14. They're in the tourney again. I have him in the Sweet 16. Again, a little tease for my bracket. He comes from the Bob Huggins tree. Huggy Bear, Bob Huggins, which means he knows how to play defense and get a lot of steals, DK. I want that style, and I want one of those young, up-and-coming guys. I don't want a retread or a 68-year-old coach from St. Mary's, Randy Bennett, who's awesome, but we need some youth because now ASU's a football school, but we need some youth and someone with potential.
I like St. Mary's, by the way, and Randy Bennett in their tournament, by the way. Stay tuned. I also do like Utah State. I might see an Arizona upset by Utah State, in fact, Rip. Don't hold your breath
Go Aggies.
for later on. Don't hold your breath. Okay. Well, we slipped in some Sun Devils. Winston got back. Winston got back to us. My guy, head coach Colburn. Okay, Jace Colburn is the guy. 5th season out here in Portland State, but he's from Arizona, Phoenix Junior College. He's an Arizona kid, so keep your eyes open for that job. It's good. It's a great job, Rip. Actually, this might just be bad rumors, but the head coach down at U of A actually was rumbling about sliding up to Tempe because it's a better feeder market out of Los Angeles. It's a cool job. I've said second best uniforms behind Oregon for years. Just cool setups, cool colorways, great logo. By the way, because you have practice on St. Patrick's Day, Rip, you have a built-in Oregon Ducks green to wear, so your life's set, right? You've already thought about that.
My kid's wearing that jersey to school tomorrow, guaranteed.
You are too, man. You are too. I can't believe you're practicing on St. Patty's Day. Worst coach ever. The best coach, Calipari. He's got Arkansas going to a place. I mean, they have to travel, but Hawaii also has to travel. Both teams are traveling, so that kind of sucks. And they're playing Thursday, but it is what it is. Razorbacks are going to be here in Portland trying to go fast. Track meet team. Keep it moving. Averaging 91 points a game. That's a lot for college ball, Rep. They've hit that 100 point mark. In fact, everybody gets a burger. Everybody gets a quesadilla, 100 point mark 7 times. So they can put buckets up. That's because of our guy Darius Acuff Jr. taking control. Freshman phenom, we've talked about. Everybody knows him. Hawaii, I talked about him 2 weeks ago. Come on, Rip. Give me some love that I had Hawaii and people were interested in this team. A lot of guys from Utah, if you remember. By the way, side note for my rec of the week, Utah is the best place in the country, in the United States, to go thrift store shopping. Remember that before the show's over, Rip. Ask me why about that. I just learned that recently, and I think everybody should definitely take that information. They also produce some ballers. So we got a couple players. You got to watch. Isaac Johnson's the man on Hawaii. We'll keep an eye here. We'll keep an eye on Trayvon Brazil. He's the one guy we didn't get on our squad on our podcast from Arkansas last year, but he's 6'10". He's kind of the heart of this team on the inside out. And he's going to have to do everything to kind of keep pace up and keep it moving because Hawaii's going to want to slow it down. Play chill in the 808. It's more relaxed basketball. Moving that thing around. Like to see Malik Thomas hit some threes, Rip. He's one guy. Malik's had a great season. He's the numbers are pretty good. He's okay. I want to see a little bit more clutch from Malik Thomas. And I'd like to see one big game from him. You agree?
He's had big games, DK. The real question is these two programs are close to your heart, probably as close as any two in the whole field of 68. You live 1.2 miles from the Moda Center. What's the percent chance that we'll see you at that game?
We're right at about a 17 to 23% chance. Here's the situation. I was supposed to be this week, Thursday through Sunday, in the Valley of the Sun, where we're from, Arizona, Tempe, representing Father's birthday. Guess what, bro? We went to war. The price of gasoline went up. Something happened. Too expensive. Too rich for my blood. We're talking over $1,000 a ticket from PDX down to Sky Harbor Airport, Terminal 4. Too much. Then we checked the weather. What do you got, Rip? You're working with 95? 107 this weekend. Get ready, Arizona. That's crazy. You guys are living in Dune. Okay? You need to save your damn water out there. I'm concerned for the summer if we're already at 107. Is there any concern on your end, Rip, that it's already 106, 107 in Phoenix?
Yeah, that's about 40 degrees too hot for DK Jr., I think. But
Crazy.
I'll just piggyback off the breaking news, DK. Breaking news on this podcast concerning the city of Laughlin, where it's also going to be 107. There has been a confirmed pre-draft. All right, for just a quick little backstory for all listeners to know, we love Laughlin. We've done our fantasy football draft there the last 2 years. So we came up with an idea of doing a pre-draft scouting trip to scout draft sites in Laughlin. It's happening, DK. Confirmed for April 2nd and 3rd. Various one-star recruits and fantasy football league members will be in Laughlin those days. So if there's any listeners in the 702 or in Laughlin, meet us at the River Lodge, meet us at Harrah's, meet us at the Riverside, DK. We'll be there.
What's the breaking news? What has been booked? Airbnb?
The Riverside Resort, DK. We'll be
Oh,
there.
the Riverside Resort. Oh, boy. So nasty. Just the
By the way,
nastiest.
the conversation came down, very close call between Vegas and Laughlin, and ultimately decided to go back to Laughlin. Breaking news.
What? There wasn't even a vote. How was it decided? One man decided this.
No, honestly, like I was pulling toward Vegas. It was a 3-person vote, and it was basically 1.75 to 1.25.
Fuck, I know that's you, Gary and Mesa. Unbelievable. Anyway, yeah, good times. Get out there. It'll be 147. Last time I was out there, it was so hot walking. My shoes were melting to go get pancakes in the morning at 10 a.m. It's crazy that it's this hot already. They're gonna be trying to play professional baseball out there, Rip. You got to be careful. Anyway, let me wrap up with upset watch here, Rip. Upset watch is that upset is not going to happen in this game. But back to the percentile that I will be there. Back to my story. We were supposed to be in Arizona. That fell through. Too expensive, too hot. Then I committed to my wonderful wife, Kimmy, that I would look into doing like a snow trip for DK Jr. Mount Hood, find some snow. No snow. Bad snow year. Bad snow year for a lot of mountains. Mammoth Mountain, a lot of Lake Tahoe's shitty snow. Very terrible snow. Anyway, no snow up in Mount Hood here. And it's just, there's not a lot of great options to stay that aren't incredibly expensive or super cheap. There's no tweeners out there. There's no like nice rustic cabins to rent with like where I can still watch some tournament games and have heating that aren't $700 or like it's $200 and I'm in a fishing lodge, like a fishing thing with a fish hole in it, on a damn lake. But there's no snow, so I couldn't even, that's not even true. So then she wants to go coastal. Long story short of saying, tonight, right before the podcast, I made my pitch which was a pretty good pitch. I said, hey, let's explore some new areas of where we live in Portland. Maybe go to the Southwest, perhaps walk along the art walk in the Southwest and stop at a brewery for a burger and a chicken sandwich, or we'll split a soft pretzel if we have enough. Depends how hungry we are. I threw it out there. Did not get a fully quality response because I tied on the back end. Maybe we could just go over to Moda Center and catch a little bit of basketball too and just stay here. Did not really connect. So I'm riding a low percentile, maybe 22% at the moment. We'll see. You can also maybe catch me at Tillamook on the coast in a $700 cabin. last minute because I'm going to panic if I can't figure this out. But I got to figure something out. We have somebody to watch the dogs. They're booked. They're here. They're coming over. So I have to commit. I have to execute on something.
I think you got to end up at the Moda Center. You leave out the crucial facts that two of the best players in that game were on your podcast, and also that the fact that Hawaii is playing where you guys lived for a great 3
Yeah,
years.
Hawaii's playing. Dre Bullock's my guy. Defensive freaking pest for Hawaii.
I think you got to find a way to get there, DK. So honestly, 17% is higher than I thought it would be, but I'm encouraged by that percentage, and I think you just got to find a way to get there. It only happens once.
It's a quick turn for that Thursday game, though. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited about a couple other games coming up in the tournament. We'll get to our Rex here and our one-star moments. Obviously, the boozer stories at Duke are tied back to Coach McNamara, who was on the podcast. One-star recruits, great dude. Duke's always going to be duking. As I do my bracket, they're trending in that direction. They're putting themselves there anyway. But the Boozers brothers in particular, Cameron, he's the guy. Keep an eye on him. Rip, you got to watch AJ Diabasta at BYU. This is his time. Come on out and play. Come check it out. And then Darius Acuff. He's going to be the guys. Anybody else that's in your minds that you just really want to be watching this tournament, Rip? Who do you have your eyes on player-wise?
Well, of course, Olivier Ryu from Florida, DK. 7'9". Are you kidding me? Have you heard of this kid? 7'9". No, I'm just kidding.
If
Yeah,
he gets minutes, people it'll be selling. He's their cigar. He's their victory cigar. If he plays, do you like Florida?
no, he's not going to get minutes. That was a joke. He was obviously on the one-star recruits, tallest teenager in the world, from Canada. But honestly, like a couple guys I have my eye on, this Alabama kid, LeBaron Philon, Philon. I'm not sure if I say you say his name, but
Baller.
averages 20 points a game, plays super fast, shoots like 40% from three. I think he's the key that could take Alabama really far. And just for kicks, I mean, this Darren Peterson guy from Kansas has been under fire all year for, having minor injuries and sitting out. But Bill Self has a history of kind of choking in the tournament. And with this Darren Peterson guy, let's see if he actually plays or bows out. But honestly, DK, I'm not going to lie. I have them being bounced by Northern Iowa in the second round.
Choke City. Good guys to keep an eye on. Kingston Fleming, Houston. Down in Arizona, I mean, I think Arizona is going to get shocked as well, but Jaden Bradley's a great player. TJ Power from Penn, he's just dropped 44, coming off a 44 piece. Should be interesting. So get ready. It's going to be a good one. As far as brackets are concerned, Rip, I went through relatively quickly. I just want to talk where my upset comes in. I like Utah State. I actually like them to beat Arizona. I like them
I
to
would
be
love
Arizona,
to see that.
and we'll be staring up a Utah State Arkansas battle that will be pretty interesting to dive through. But it's gonna be a chalk. It's all chalk for DK. I got Duke, Michigan State coming right through. At the end of the day, I got Duke, and you can't stop Cameron Boozer. He's going to be the guy to watch. This is the story of this tournament is going to be him if things hold up. Vanderbilt's really fun. I see them. I like Final Four: Arkansas, Michigan, Duke, Vanderbilt, Duke, Michigan in the finals, and Michigan men. Another one-star. Tie it together for the listeners. Rep, let them know. Michigan ties. AD. He's still there, right?
Word Manual, baby, king of ADs in the U.S.
Still, he just takes. He's still standing. Ward can survive. He's still standing, doing nil deals, getting the maize and blue to the damn finals and winning. Michigan Wolverines champions. What's your bracket look like?
Yeah, everyone around Ward Manual either gets sanctioned, suspended, or arrested at this point. But the man, like you said, is still standing. He's
Untouchable.
Hall of Famer, baby. I just want to point out my sleeper in the tournament. I'm not going to go and reveal my Final Four just for it's kind of classified information because I know a lot of listeners are competing with me in a bracket challenge. So I don't want to give away anything that I've chosen other than what I'm saying on this podcast. But my sleeper in this tournament is South Florida, DK. And let me tell you why. It's their coach. His name is Brian Hodgson, Hodgson. Two things I saw today from him. Number one, he's from upstate New York. His father has had Alzheimer's and dementia for the past 3 years. Since he's become a head coach, his father has never been to a game to see him head coach in person because of that Alzheimer's and dementia. But how the bracket gods laid it out, he plays back home within driving distance to his father's house. He's playing Thursday, and his father's going to be at the game for the first time. There's no way South Florida will lose that game because of that. But the second thing I saw out of him, they're an 11 seed, by the way, so it's going to be an upset over Louisville that day. Market guaranteed, book it, lock of the week. Second thing I saw in him, I saw a quote from him today concerning coaches. There's this whole thing with coaches tampering with players, coaches that seasons are over. They're trying to poach these players from smaller schools to transfer and get to their bigger schools while their seasons are still going on. Coach Hodgson from South Florida had a quote today, DK. He says, any of these clowns that think they're going to reach out before the season ends and start sending DMs to my players, I will find you. I'm not like the rest of these coaches. It may work with other people. It doesn't work with me. Again, I will find you. I love that, DK. I want to bring this guy to the Final Four in the national championship. I absolutely love this guy. I've never been more in love with a college basketball coach. All the way South Florida, baby. Let's go.
He's a bit leading candidate to get the Syracuse job, a big college basketball job. Syracuse Orange, South Florida. That's a great story. God, I do love that. One star quick bump for Arizona for the love of one star. This is just a 1 star bump celebration. Christian Kirk connects with Brock Purdy, a couple Arizona bros, just two Arizona guys. The 49ers are loading up on what would you call Mike Evans and Christian Kirk? They're kind of like, they're they're great. They've just we haven't seen a peak from either of them because of injury with Evans. He's such a good third down ball catcher. He's gonna if he can stay healthy. That's his song. That's the lyrics for Mike Evans. Please stay healthy. If he can stay healthy one more year, Christian Kirk does he have the next level in the right situation, Rip? You know what I mean? Where guys in their career hit that spot where they find their 2-3 years of zonage. Is this it for 1 star Christian Kirk? Is this him and Brock gonna figure it out where he can actually be a number two or slot real option to catch game winning touchdowns?
I think if he can stay healthy, he's a real threat in the slot, but he's also a guy who can take a 70-yard pass to the house like a Rashid Shaheed type. So I don't think he's going to be 1,000-yard receiver for them, but he'll have a few long touchdowns and some big third down catches in the slot. I think they're both great moves.
That's a concern for Niners fans. He is what he is. He's a Kendrick Bourne replacement. People are saying the ceiling's a little higher on Bourne. Welcome to Arizona, by the way. Nice pickup. I'm okay with that. See you later, Kyler Murray. Off to Minnesota. Just a quick Arizona Sad Boys Club because it is the Sad Boys Club. We're not sad about that. We're not happy. We're disappointed at the Sad Boys Club representation here today. And what's going to happen is going to be real tough because Coach Kevin O'Connell with the Minnesota Vikings happens to be a master of making life easy for quarterbacks. Even though it wasn't easy for J.J. McCarthy last year, who's done with football. He would be joining Josh Rosen on somewhere on a graduate level staff, but working for the government in the next 9 years. Kyler might actually be really good in this system. So I'm sad about that. I'm sad about the thought of that because I can see it being okay there. And I also want to see Justin Jefferson play awesome because Sundays are better when Jay Jettas is doing cool shit. So when I close my eyes, I see that being relatively successful. And that means maybe one playoff game in. Do you have anything in the eulogy, Rip, of Kyler Murray from the Arizona Cardinals to the Minnesota Vikings?
Good riddance. Rest in pieces. You're not fooling me again. I don't care who you have as coach. The two quarterbacks that O'Connell turned into really good years with Sam Darnold and Kirk Cousins were both 6'2", 6'4". He's not going to change 5'8" Kyler Murray, DK. They're also in probably the toughest division in football outside the NFC West. You got the Packers, Bears, and Lions. I still see a fourth place finish. Murray will throw bombs to Jefferson, but some of them will get intercepted. I'm not falling for it, DK. I'm out on him for sure.
All right. We're going to take another big L year in AZ. Minshew. Welcome, Gardner Minshew. That'll be fun. It's kind of just like a circus ride, Sad Boys Club, just to tie a bow on Sad Boys Club with a little mustache from Mr. Minshew in Arizona. It's a great landing spot for him. He could do his whole schnick in Scottsdale and whatever and back up and come in and be good for like a quarter and then throw 7 straight horrendous pick sixes. It's going to be just a terrible year with maybe a couple bright spots. We'll save it for the next episode because I have some more Sad Boys Club things that I'm sad about that I want to get off my chest. But I'm not going to waste. Keep the show under an hour, Rip. That's what Winston tells us. 1-star Rex of the week. Sorry, 1-star moments. 1-star moments of the week. What do you have? Lead the way.
I think I might have hit my quota on Little League moments, DK, but I got to add another one. And then this one's about post game speeches. I don't know if you're aware. I don't know if they did this in the 90s when the 2 years you played Little League before you quit on your team and your family. But basically, what happens now, DK, after the game, the coach gathers the team around and talks to them a little bit. And some of these coaches, man, they're so damn good. They're public speakers. They do this in their job. They're motivators. I am not either one of those. I've been doing these speeches for years, DK. Unfortunately, I'm still not good at them. 1-star moment of the week, really of my life. I just fumble and mumble my way through these things. In my mind, the parents just leave disgusted. Like, who is this guy coaching my kid? What is he even saying? I don't understand it. Can we just go home and get dinner? So that's my 1-star moment of the week, DK. Is just, I mean, I know I speak on a podcast every week to thousands of listeners, but I can't speak to a group of 10 kids to save my life.
That's you're kind to recognize that in yourself and also have say that about other people who are good speakers, but you have all the juice in the world, Rip. You know this. I mean, I have one thing to say to you that I really hope you maybe do next time. Just hit him with some bring him out. I got the crown. I'm the king. I'm the best at what I do. Just hit him with it, Rip.
Just sing a song from 20 years before they were
Not
born.
even a full song, just a line that you like from that song.
Just start doing the worm, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe just keep it, just not the worm, although that worm could be a solution. What did you decide to do with your pregame huddle? The coach was doing the run back to the huddle after getting his scorecard, and you were trying to decide what your move was going to be. What
I'll
did you
be honest,
decide?
I botched that one too. Right? I broke the huddle and I sprinted back to the players, and then they were like, "What is this guy doing?" And so I just stopped. But one thing did kind of hit DK. I just said, I'm gonna tell him to have fun. I'm gonna remind him to have fun. I said, I want to see you guys dancing. I said the Dodgers, every time they get a hit, they're on second base. You see some crazy dance. I said the reason they won 2 World Series in a row is because they had fun. The fun came first, and then the winning came. It's not the other way around. So I've been reminding them that of the last 2 games, and honestly, we've had 2 great comebacks in a row. One we end up tying, and one we end up winning. But maybe that's working a little bit. So I'm going to continue to hammer home the fact that Little League should be fun, and I want to see him dancing out there.
Shit. All right, dance it is. You just spit on my recommendation of saying any word that they wanted to out loud. Remember that was my rec. This could get dangerous with kids. You can't let kids just say anything. Kids say the damnedest thing. One of the best TV shows ever to exist, minus Cosby.
What's
That
your
was
1-star moment of the week?
1-star moments of the week. I mixed some cereal, some the TJ's, the Trader Joe's version of Cheerios. I mixed with protein shake, vanilla protein shake, 30 grams of teen and 2 bowls. And it went down okay. It went down thick, and I knew it was going to be problematic. 2 days of diarrhea for me, 2 full days of diarrhea. And I'm just wrapping up right now. I think I've been through the worst of it, but it kicked in pretty quickly. My body said, that's not those, just we're not mixing those together in that way. And so protein shake milk in your cereal. Don't do it unless you got a good stomach. Everybody knows I got the worst stomach.
Sounds like me after 2 days in Laughlin.
It's not the best, bro. Not the best. Also, quick 1-star moment. I was eating ramen. We went to go get some ramen. Me, DK Jr., his homie Eli, and Eli's pops. I'm eating my ramen. There's rain coming in the tarp above us. It's like it's like a food pod, like a outdoor food pod. You could whatever. Then you walk it over to the tents. Fucking rainwater from the tarp into my ramen, 2 drips, bro. And I had to continue eating it. I had no choice. It
Oh
was
yeah, just mix it in. Mix it in at that point.
at that it was right. It was like I was just like 3 bites in when it hit. It was just the fucking pits, man. So diarrhea on that. Maybe I got the diarrhea from that actually. I could have incorporated too. That was within the time frame. I didn't think about it. Jesus Christ. 1 star wreck of the week for me. So my sister was in. So I remember I told you that Utah is the greatest city for thrift store shopping. They have a bunch of rich people who have new shit all the time, Rip. They also have a culture of donations. You have to give thides. You have to give thides, which is money, time, or donations, like every quarter or something, all over Salt Lake. So if you or somebody interested in what I'm about to say next at all, or give 2 shits about this world, the mecca of this world is Salt Lake City. So Salt Lake City, really great thrift stores. Find all kinds of gems, all kinds of grails that the kids would say out there. My sister was in town, and I've been practicing like the art of not buying anything since the fires in Hawaii. I just haven't took the time outside of going to Target and maybe ordering from Amazon basic clothing that I've needed for the last 3 years. But I don't want to go buy a bunch of new clothes, but I want to get rid of some shit. So my sister came to town. She's very good at thrifting. She said, give it a go. To be honest, Rip, it gives me the ick, the whole thrifting thing to have like, you know, more than one shirt you got from a thrift store or something. I don't love it. I never have loved it. Um, it's weird and that it's stupid, but it gives me a bit of the ick. So anyway, I decided to go down. We went down to Beaverton. There's these mega center thrift stores. Found out that Beaverton in Oregon is actually a great thrift store mecca as well because of the same reason. Lots of people donate lots of stuff, and it's kind of similar stuff. So anyway, we get about 20 items, bro. She goes and picks up about 20 items. Of those 20 items, I brought home about 10, which is crazy for me. Like I would have never thought. I'm like find one thing and get out of there type dude in my life. So I've never would thought, but 10 items I dropped off donation wise going in probably 50. That DeAndre Hopkins shirt, see you, history. Ryan Sandberg shirt, peace. Not wearing it anymore. Donated. So here's the trick. She walks the aisles. She got these 20. I got the 10 items. Between the 10 items I got, they're like some sweaters, some dress shirts, and a couple pairs of pants. Here's the tricks right here. I'm gonna hit you with some knowledge, Rip. First thing that you look for, because when you look at a thrift store rack, it all kind of looks muddled and looks the same anyway. It's like, what am I looking at? What's like whatever. First, you just got to look at the tags. In this case, she was for my style, for what I was going for. She was looking for Tommy Hilfiger, Columbia, or LL Bean, or any North Face. So she found 20 of those labels. Then you want to make sure that it's not polyester. It's made with like good materials, but you just pull those. So if they're the good labels in your genre that you're looking for, pull those labels. Make sure it's not made of the cheap shit, and then go try it on. Walked away with a bunch of good shit. So, and I got a couple flannels actually too there, so I can look Portland homeless. That's the style up here, Portland chic, with a couple flannels, of course. But I got 5 really nice sweaters, some dress pants, and some dress shirts that were fucking steals. I'm talking get ready, like $6.99 for really great sweaters, $9.99 for like LL Bean, nice green sweaters, that you would definitely rock at your holiday party. So hopefully I inspired you right there, bro. Do your next shopping. I got all said and done, those 10 items, $60. So there you go. Next time you catch me at a 1-star event, just know that I'm going to smell a little bit like kombucha, and I forgot the hippie smells. God damn it, patchouli. A little bit of patchouli.
Body odor.
But you'll know no body odor. That's what I told my sister. I said, I just don't want it smelly. She put it through a wash cycle that I've never seen before, though. Very well done, sissy. You great job. My closet's a whole new place. I open my closet now and I'm happy. It's my 1-star rack. Figure out a way to open your closet and be happy at your options for the day. It makes the day better.
No, I know a baseball dad, DK, who's like a legit thrifter, and he was telling me a story the other day after our game that he found a denim jacket. I think he got it for $5, and it's worth $4,500. He sold it on eBay for $4,500. So these are like once in a lifetime find. And he's doing this. He's going to yard sales, stores, everything. But I know you're not doing
It's a
that.
whole
But
culture. Yeah, my sister's heavy in the New York City culture. There's a whole game to this. And there's areas of the country when people get out to them that it's just, yeah, you get better quality shit depending on the areas you are. I think that's something you should add to just a fun little morning day. Go get breakfast with the family. If you're in one of these white collar town, not white collar, you know what I mean, Rip. Okay, get your rec on. Go ahead. Talking about this too much.
DK, I have so many carp t-shirts and lawfully related shirts. I don't need another shirt until 2035. My rec of the week is, can you see what I'm holding up right here? What is that?
Yeah, you have mini Hershey's bar. Yep. Mid-level chocolate. I'll eat it when I'm in a pinch, and I'll put it on a s'more. Otherwise, it's a hard pass for me anytime I see it.
I also have a glass of Pinot Noir here, DK. And the rec of the week is Easter is coming up in 3 weeks. It's been 5 months since Halloween. My children still have buckets full of candy from Halloween because we're not savages and we don't let them eat it all on the first week. They ration it. But tonight, DK, I'm in heaven.
Buckets?
I started I started rating. Their leftover Halloween candy. I grabbed 3 Hershey's bar, 1 dark chocolate, 2 milk chocolate. I'm having it with a glass of Pinot Noir. So the rec of the week, DK, is
Fancy.
it's time to start rating your children's leftover Halloween candy because it's going to be replenished in 3 weeks by Easter candy. So right now it's the perfect mix for me: Hershey's chocolate and Pinot Noir. DK, Monday night doing this podcast. Who's got it better than us?
All of the fat people, and by fat people, I mean everybody listening right now, can't believe that you have any Halloween candy left past Thanksgiving, much less St. Patrick's Day. That's what's crazy. That's torture. You're keeping that away from your kids. You're telling me your kids have not wanted that? You've been rationing at one bite of candy levels of rationing. CPS call levels of rationing going on there, Rip.
No cavities. No cavities club, baby.
So of the three that you ate, what's the best? What's your favorite?
The dark chocolate hits with that red wine, man.
Oh, the Hershey's not as much, huh?
Hershey Highway, baby.
You did that Hershey's with a little bit of red Gatorade. Like an 8-year-old. That's the move right there. Rips reacts, hit the music. World Baseball Classic. It's been a fun watch. I've been watching a little bit. Is it a fun watch for you, Rip? The classic American baseball guy, baseball manager, leader of young baseball kids. Is the World Baseball Classic a fun watch?
It's fun. Again, I mean, I'm kind of rooting against the USA like I was in hockey, but I watched the whole game against the Dominican Republic, and this podcast is a little delayed because we're recording on Monday, so the champ will be crowned Tuesday night here. But yeah, it's been fun, man. Some stellar pitching and just star-studded lineups.
We're a year out from Amir Khan, who's the manager of McNeese State men's basketball, who, by the way, landed more than 20 endorsements deals. Remember, he's the guy with the boombox, taking the Cinderella team in the 2025 tournament. 20 endorsement deals. Rip, he's back. McNeese faces Vanderbilt. How do you feel about Oricon? Is this shit played out, or is this exciting for Rip?
I think it's going to be a crazy mismatch pick because they're a 12 seed against a 5, and everyone knows 12 seeds beat 5s a lot of the time. I couldn't do it, DK. Vanderbilt, who they're playing, may or may not be in my Final Four, but I couldn't pick them. And the reason is because they changed coaches last year. Oricon is still there, but they have a new head coach. It's a different team. I don't think you can recreate that magic 2 years in a row.
That's what I'm asking you. Is this cheesy now? Now is this cringe? It was cute and fine. That's what I'm saying. Is now him walking out with the boombox hip hop now cringe? They've came into World Wrestling Federation mode.
It's cringe. You can never recreate the magic from the first time stuff like this happens.
That's what I'm saying. You started your recap on the damn basketball game. Dick Vitale over here. I'm asking you about Oricon. Rip, unbelievable. The Suns locked in the 7th seed. Devin Booker had a great night. I think he dropped 40 on Boston. Jordan Ott's doing his thing. I mean, 7th is better than where we thought we'd be with some injuries. We good? We good? We gonna play a little playoff run? A little 7-2 seed? 6-3 perhaps?
We are. If we can get up to that 6 seed, we have a real shot of advancing through the first round. The 2 seed, the 7 seed would be tough going against either San Antonio or OKC. But more importantly, I think we're on the right track. We haven't made any boneheaded moves to try to trade for an aging superstar. I think with Jalen Green back in the mix, we have a good young core and just build off that. Be happy with what we've done this year and just build off of it next year.
Better than expected. We'll keep building. We'll be back next week. 1-star recruits, give us 5 stars anywhere you listen to podcasts. Appreciate you. One love.
See you next week.